You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel.
Okay, guys, just got my box in today from PSA. I've got a really big card in there graded, a monster grade, but in the same token, unfortunately, I've got some PSA Grinchness going on where they would not grade, I think it was 7 cards, all Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus autograph cards. So I'm going to open this bad boy up live. Normally I don't quite usually open them live. I open them and pre-sort everything to make it a little quicker. But there's not many cards this time. So, that's why. Okay, here we go. And this is what we got looking going on right here. Surprise packages. More stuff, and ooh, a box inside a box. Big box gone. Now we're on to a little box. Assuming it goes right here. Usually. At least they use some good tape. It's like the Gorilla Tape you can get. Oh, come on. There we go. And here's what we got. We'll find out together. Bubble wrap. Bubble wrap. I got that pretty center. There we go. And paper. Ooh, a Jordan. No, that's not it. My information. More stuff. And then deep in here. Here we go. Card inside. In case I couldn't have figured that one out. These were PSA DNA cards to be graded. They fell before the 1997 cutoff. So any autograph cards before 1997, you have to send them to PSA DNA to get them certified before they'll grade them, even though if they came from Pro Line, Upper Deck, and it says so on the back. Too bad, you got to send them that way. So these were going to cost me $18 a pop to have these graded. Now they didn't charge me, which is nice, but if you can see, there's Santa Claus numbered. Another Santa Claus one says Santa. Another Santa. Another Santa. Guess they didn't like the big man. Another Santa. And this is how they look on the back. These two are different. And you got that one. See, and the Pro Lines have the label. Yeah, you can see it. Right there where they stamp it. Where Pro Line stamped it back then. So all these cards had the stamp. And here's another Santa. You can't really see the auto where they put it. But there's right there. If the glare has the stamp from Pro Line to show it's official. And then they didn't even like Mrs. Claus. They didn't like the woman. They gave her the heave-ho too. Sorry, Mrs. Claus. We're not grading you. It's not happening. So I was quite disappointed because they had them for a month. Not tying them up. But is that the big card? No, that's not the big card. But let's see. First, now here's another card that had some issues. They held up my order. This is a Mike Ditka. I wanted it graded and authenticated, but they only authenticated it, so I called them to find out what the deal was, And they came back and they told me that this card was not the exact proper size for a card, but they do not deemed it had been trimmed. They just said it was a manufacturer's issue. So they authenticated the autograph. And it's got the seal right here from Proline, which they did back then with these cards. This is 92. But so, unfortunately, they wouldn't grade this one now. If you watch one of my other videos, I had two other Ditkas graded, and they both got PSA 10s. But this one, they deemed a not proper size, but they didn't want to call it that, so they just called it authentic. So there's that one. I will save that one for later. I'll save that one. Okay, and then here is a 1993 Donruss Elite Juan Gonzalez PSA certified. It got a near mint 8, his autograph. These cards you could only get in boxes off the shopping network long back then. And if you see, they're out of 5,000. Only the first 2,500 cards were autographed. This one was number 332. So only the first 2,500 were autographed. The last 2,500 were not. And since I had to send this in because of the restriction on the year, because this is only a 93. So these cards were really hard to get good because they chip. The green border chips really, really easy. So it's very difficult, and there's very few in really high grades. Now, I'm saving you-know-who for last, but now here is my big card that I was waiting on. This is Mammoth. This is a huge, huge one. 93 Donruss, same series, everything, but this is Nolan Ryan's. It got a Gem Mint 10. This is a pop of 2. And if you see down here, this was card number 64. So it was a very early on in it. This card was in a box break in 1993 on live television from the shopping network. You could buy the boxes and they would crack open. It came in a green envelope and they would crack open the envelope and show you on TV what you got. Well, at the time, I got 4 of them. Had them open up live on TV. This is one of them. So it was in a box break of sorts back in 1993. That's how long ago. So I don't know if that's one of the first people ever to do box breaks live on TV. Was that show or not? But here I got this card. I also got a Paul Molitor autograph, Steve Avery, and I forget who the 4th guy was. But the 2 was the Nolan and the Molitor autographs. But this came back a Gem Mint 10, and I could not be happier. So, I mean, this right here is a mammoth card. The non-graded one just sold, I think it was for, was it $600 or $800 or something like that, and a Gem Mint 10, and that's one that was not autographed. And that, like I said, is only a pop of 2. Now, you know what's coming, since if you guys have watched any of my videos, anything I send in, I always have some kind of McMahon's. And earlier in some videos, I sent in a couple of these other ones. They didn't do so hot. This one didn't either. I was hoping to get an 8. I got a 7, so now I have 2 7s and 2 6s. This is the 91 Pro line. It's the most limited Pro line autograph there is. And this card normally is quite expensive ungraded. So, but I'm not selling it, of course, but just wanted to show you guys. I got a 7, and there's his autograph. You can see the, maybe you can see the seal, maybe you can't. It's tough on these sometimes. And then there's the back of the card. So, wish I got an 8, but, you know, I knew it wasn't going to get anything high. And then now my last one, this is so cool. It is a 1994 Finest Jim McMahon PSA DNA certified. It is a refractor. They did not put refractor down. Why did they not put refractor? I'm going to have to check it because I thought online it said refractor, but they listed it the way they did. I'm going to have to look it up and call them, see what the deal is, because as you can tell, it's a refractor. You can see the shine in it. So I'll probably have to send this one back to get it relabeled correctly. But I was happy to get a 9 on it. It's autographed. And so overall, I was happy, of course, with the Nolan Ryan being, because it's so big. And the other cards, disappointed that they wouldn't grade the Santa Claus cards, but that's the way it is. You know, I'll have to try Beckett and see if they'll do it. I know they'll do other Santa Claus. But I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.